Joining me now with more is the representative for Florida's 17th Congressional District, Congressman Greg Steube. Thanks so much for being with us. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hey, how are you?
Great,
Thanks
thank
for
you so
having
much. Of course. So I just want to say thank you, first of all, for introducing this bill. I can't even believe it was necessary, but thank you nonetheless for introducing it. I mean, there's just so much going on with this. It seems to be an ongoing cycle. Was there a final instance you can share with us when you realized this type of protection is indeed needed for women's spaces?
Yeah, this has been going on for years. When I filed this as an amendment to the Equality Act on the Democrats' bill that completely redefined what a woman is, there is no definition of a woman. Anybody can be a woman if they identify as a woman on that day. You've seen this transition of this over the last couple of years, where first Democrats are like, oh, this never happens, and now you read about it all the time. You just gave two recent examples in the last week of this happening. It's happening all across America. It's happening at all age levels, where men are stealing Olympic medals, scholarships, state championships, and all this from female athletes, and it's got to stop. And like you said, it's a sad day in America that we actually have to do this and pass a bill in Congress that says, you know, men compete with men and women compete with women. But that's apparently where we are today. And the bill passed the House. So this is all in the Senate now. And hopefully Chuck Schumer will bring it up for a vote and see where the senators are, or at least push this issue. Or more likely, it's going to take till 2024 when we take the Senate back and can pass pieces of common sense legislation like this. This is a 75-80% issue across America, across political spectrums, across ideologies.
It is, and it's such a tiny percent of the population who is now taking over and affecting so many people. So I'm so grateful that this legislation is out there and being worked on, and hopefully comes to a conclusion that can benefit women in the near future. Now, switching gears, at around 10 p.m. Monday night, a U-Haul crashed into a security barrier near the White House. Photos have been released of the scene, but a Nazi flag, which would be evidence, appears to have been sprawled out right in front of the truck. The mainstream media is quick to call this another white supremacist attack, of course, but the suspect has been identified as a foreigner. Congressman, do you have any details you can share with us on this incident?
No, unfortunately I don't, but those are the type of things that's interesting. The mainstream media is going to take off with that. And how did that get there? Was this all planned? Was this something that the left tried to set up to make it look like? That's what it is. Those details we don't have yet, but I'm sure we'll get some more information on that issue as this plays out. But again, another example where the mainstream media is going to race bait and go after these type of issues, not getting to the bottom of the facts. And then you see the opposite of that when a trans goes after and shoots up a Christian school where they don't talk about the actual shooter's identity and who the shooter is, and they just attack guns. So it's the complete progressive woke mainstream media that obviously articulates on the issues that they want to push out on the American people instead of the facts.
Yeah, the media is definitely a huge part of the problem here, and it is upsetting that they're so quick to place the blame before actually getting the facts. So we'll be eager to see how this one pans out and what happens upcoming. Now, I know recently in Florida, the NAACP issued a warning, a travel warning on the state of Florida. I just got to know, how do you feel about this, and what do you make of this warning projected by a black man himself, actually?
Yes, and a black man who actually lives in Florida,
That's
shockingly.
Right. Yes.
So the guy from Florida who issued the alert not to travel to Florida on behalf of the NAACP actually lives in Florida. I thought it was kind of interesting that the chairman of the Florida Republican Party said that he'd be willing to pay to allow him to move out of the state if it's that bad. But that's, again, the type of race baiting, the type of things that the Democrats do to try to incite hate, to try to incite rage, when he actually lives in Florida, and I'm sure he enjoys it in Florida because that's where he lives. So, again, trying to make this about race, make this about hate, and inciting those type of things is what the Democrats do, and it's not what Republicans do, and that's why people are flocking to the state of Florida.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.